Hello, welcome everyone. My name is Alicia Casey, and I am a part of your doTERRA family support team. So, if you haven't met me before, I have been teaching about essential oils for the past 6 years, since 2013. And I fell in love with the products, the second I started using them. And the first product I fell in love with was the Deep Blue, which I'm going to share about a little bit later. Um, but I live in Huntington Beach, and again, I've been sharing and teaching people about essential oils for 6 years. And we have, a lot of people on our team and people all over the country now. And so we decided to put together a series of videos to help people who aren't in the area or are too busy to make it to local classes so that they can learn more about essential oils. And so I just want to thank you for being here with me today to partake in our very first video. So we created a series of 8 ongoing educational videos with the top topics and issues that most people are dealing with, and the things that people want to know about, and how to use essential oils safely and effectively. So we're going to dive right in, and I'm really excited to just get this information out to you. So whether you're brand new to oils or you've been using them for a while, my whole intention of this series is to really help you feel confident in bringing essential oils and doTERRA products into your home, and that you can use them on a daily basis to really elevate your health and deal with the things that everybody's dealing with every day. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, and let's get our PowerPoint up here. Perfect. Okay, so the series is going to be called The Basics and Beyond, and we are Team Essential Bliss, so that's what we call ourselves, because it's all about living a blissful life. And the first video is called The Basics, and this is really like a medicine cabinet makeover. And then our other topics are going to be daily habits for health, healthy home and body, emotional health and mood management, stress, essential oils for kids, and then essential oils for pets, as well as the science behind the essential oils, okay? So first, let's just start off with our basics here and talk about what is an essential oil. Well, essential oils, they come from the plant. So sometimes they'll come from the fruit, like when you zest a lemon or a lime, you get that intense aroma. That's the essential oil being released. Sometimes they come from the flower. If you pick a piece of lavender and kind of squeeze it between your fingers, you'll also get that fragrance, and that's the essential oil being released. So sometimes they're in the root, in the resin in the tree, in the seeds. And on a peppermint leaf is what you see here. It's going to be on the leaf. So a lot of oils are found in the leaves. And you can see the magnified version right here. That's the little oil sac on the peppermint leaf. Pretty cool, right? So essential oils have hundreds of different compounds in them, like healing compounds, medicinal compounds. Each compound is going to have a different benefit or different use. So you'll kind of find, you're like, how does this one oil do so many things? And that's why they have many, many different medicinal compounds in them. And then essential oils are highly, highly potent. They're 50 to 75 times more powerful than dried herbs. Okay, so right here you can see the example. 1 drop of peppermint is actually equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So I don't know about you, but if I had a stomach ache, I would not want to drink 28 cups of peppermint tea. I'd rather just put 1 drop of peppermint in my hand and rub it on my stomach. And why essential oils is the next question. Well, essential oils actually work at the cellular level, so they can penetrate the cell membrane so that they can go into the cell to remove impurities, but they also work on the outside of the cell, on the inside of the cell. And you can see here we've got some germs in the cell, and the essential oils can actually pass through that cell wall to go into the cell to help rid that germ. And essential oils are such tiny molecules that can actually pass through the skin for an immediate response. Okay, so those are, and we're going to learn more and more and more as we go. Just giving you the basics for right now. And many people ask, why doTERRA? Well, because doTERRA oils are certified pure therapeutic grade. So if you look at this little pie chart right here, you'll see the largest area is synthetic. Okay, so this is going to represent the different fragrances that are on the market today. So most fragrance is synthetic, and why you should be concerned about those synthetic fragrances, which are found in most of all your body care products, your cleaning products, shampoo, conditioner, everything from deodorant to baby body wash. The synthetic fragrance are immune suppressants, so that means they suppress the immune system, and then they're also endocrine disruptors, which mean they disrupt normal hormone function. And you can look up more information on that. There's tons of information on how harmful synthetic fragrances and chemicals are on the body. I won't go too much into detail on that, but I just want you to know, like, that's most of what you're going to have out there on the market. And then there's food grade, which would be like lemon extract for cooking, no therapeutic value. And then therapeutic grade would be the essential oils that you'd find on the health food store shelves, or maybe online, even at TJ Maxx, Home Depot. I mean, there's essential oils everywhere nowadays, right? So most of them say therapeutic for external use only, or for aromatic use only. And the reason for that is they're not tested by any third party. Most of them are filled with synthetics and synthetic ingredients. So doTERRA, the teeny tiny piece of this pie, is what we call certified pure therapeutic grade, and that's the standard that doTERRA created so that they would have something to test every single oil against to make sure that it is up to standard. And the doTERRA oils are the only ones on the market that you can actually take internally with they have supplement fact labels on them. So they're recommended for internal use. Now, not all essential oils are recommended for internal use, because some plants just aren't good to eat. But on the plants like that you could eat, like a peppermint leaf, or your wild orange, or thyme herb, right? Like all of those can be taken internally with doTERRA because they are certified pure therapeutic grade. So it means, what that means is they're pure, they're natural, no artificial ingredients, no synthetic fragrances or fillers. They're safe, certified to be free of pesticides and other chemical residues, and then they're potent. So we have standardized active compounds. So doTERRA does third-party testing on every single batch of essential oil. And all the oils are grown around the world where they grow naturally, indigenously, or the best for that plant, like the best environment for that plant. And then we work with all of our growers to make sure that everything's picked at the peak of harvest time, to make sure it has the most medicinal compounds in it. Most of the oils are actually distilled on site, so you don't lose any of those medicinal compounds as well. So like I said earlier, a dried herb is 50 to 70% less potent than an essential oil. And if I were to take a truck full of lavender and ship it 5,000 miles, it would get dry by that point, and you would lose a lot of the medicinal compounds. So that's why it's extracted. The essential oil is extracted on site, so you get the most potent oils on the planet. Okay, and all in all, doTERRA's oils are going to be fast, effective, and affordable. And just to give you an example, so I'm a huge pet lover, so I did a little puppy example here. Um, but this is, nature's medicine. It's safer, cheaper, and more effective so many times, right? And, doTERRA, we're not against modern medicine or pharmaceuticals or anything like that. It's just if there is something natural that works, it's always cheaper. But if it is the same effectiveness or more effective, why not use something natural, something that's not going to give, harmful side effects to the body. Okay. So nature produces what meets the body's needs, and then the body heals itself. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example. And I remember when I first got my essential oil kit, my dog got a little, earache, or all that. And the last time my dog had gotten a similar thing, I took my puppy to the vet, of course, and I spent about $40 for the visit, and then the prescription they gave me was $50. And between the ear wash and the pills and all the different things, so my vet, I was like being very minimal when I created this, but my vet visit was actually $240 for this ear problem. And so the next time my dog got the same thing, instead of running to the vet, I was like, okay, I'm going to try the essential oils. And then if it's not better by tomorrow, I'll go to the vet. Because I think it was like Sunday. So, the vets aren't open. So at the time, I actually tried the frankincense and lavender, and I put a drop of that on a cotton ball and swiped it in the ear. The next morning, it was completely cleared up. Okay, since then, I have found that geranium oil is actually the best for the ear problems on dogs. So, and I was also being generous here because that only took me one drop to fix that problem. So say you needed to reapply a few more times, 8 drops of geranium would be 99 cents. So that's what I mean when essential oils are effective and affordable. So the price of, basically, less than, one vet visit, I was able to get my entire doTERRA kit. So I was pretty happy when I experienced that for the first time. All right, so essential oil uses. We can use the oils aromatically, topically, and internally. And I'm going to talk more in detail as we go throughout these 8 videos. So aromatically, you can either just put the oil in your hand, breathe it in, or you can put them on, or in a diffuser. You can even put it on a cotton ball and set it, around. But I love diffusing, and throughout these videos, I'm going to give you lots of different diffuser recipes. You can go on Pinterest and find millions of them as well. But they're aromatically, and using the diffuser, you can kill germs in the air. You can uplift the mood. You can calm the mood if you need some calming. You can also, just really, it's a great way to get a little bit of the oil over a long period of time. So it's great to use around kids and pets, and we'll share lots more as we go. And then topically, you can use the oils anywhere. You just don't want to stick them directly in your ear, like dropping them in your ear, put it on a cotton ball, put it in your ear, or putting them up your nose. You want to be really careful with that. And then you don't want to put them directly in your eye. Now, if you do get some in your eye, we've all done it. You've either put peppermint on your hands or deep blue and then rubbed your eye, or maybe like I did, I was dropping oils in my hand and I flipped the bottle up and a drop just, flew straight into my eye. And it started to sting a little bit, especially the, cinnamon or peppermints and those kind of things. And I actually just took a little bit of the fractionated coconut oil and put a drop right in my eye. It immediately calmed down and I had no pain or anything like that. You can also rub it around the eye if you don't want to put it directly in the eye, or in a pitch, you can use any kind of oil, vegetable oil, or even milk. It has a lot of fat in it. So the oil helps dilute the essential oils. So when you are using the oils topically, you can put them anywhere. Some of our favorite places to put them are anywhere along the spine, in the bottom of the feet, because you have a lot of nerve endings and a lot of blood vessel endings. Okay, other great places are on your pulse points, on your wrists, under your chin, and of course, you want to put it anywhere where you're feeling discomfort. So if I had a tummy ache, I'd want to put it directly on my tummy. But we're going to go into more detail later in the series about how to use them for kids, because usually we do use them diluted. But just a little info on that. When you do dilute the essential oil with a fractionated coconut oil, it doesn't dilute the potency. It actually gives it more of a localized effect or a time-released effect. So, you'll get more and more into that as we go. And then internally, the doTERRA oils that do have a supplement fact label on them are recommended for internal use. Those ones, you can either put them in your water. Now you want to make sure you only use them in a glass of water, or a stainless steel water bottle, or like your ceramic coffee mug. I love putting a little bit of peppermint or cinnamon in my coffee or tea. In the daytime when I'm out and about, I have my stainless steel hydro flask, and I love to put lemon or grapefruit or green mandarin, any of the citrus oils. But if I want to get a systematic response for using an essential oil for more of a medicinal use, I would put them in an empty veggie capsule. So that's what you see here on the screen. It's just like what a supplement comes in, except it's empty. It comes in 2 parts. You drop the oils in, and then you put the other half back on, and you can take that internally. So that's if you want to support anything in the digestive system or immune system, or if you want a systematic response, okay? And doTERRA actually has many of the top oils for internal use or blends already pre-made in soft gels that they're ready to pop and take internally, okay? All right, so these are our top 10 oils. So if you're just getting started with us and you got one of our starter kits, you probably got all of these oils in your kit. And this is what we call our family essential kit, and it's our top 10 favorite oils, or what we call the medicine cabinet makeover, okay? So I'm going to go through each oil and give you some of our top favorite recipes as we go. All right. So peppermint. So at the top it shows you can use peppermint aromatically, topically, and internally. That's what the A, T, and I stand for up there. And peppermint is amazing for opening airways. If as soon as you sniff it, you'll be able to breathe better. It's also wonderful for headaches. You can dab on, your temples, behind your ears, the back of your neck. Just be careful not to get it into your eye. It's great for energizing. So I don't know if you've seen the little peppermint beadlets. They're like a quarter of a drop in a little tiny bead. I love those for when I'm in a class late at night and I'm getting kind of tired, or a lot of times I'll drive late because I'm teaching classes all over Southern California, and I'll pop a couple peppermint beadlets and it just immediately wakes me up. And it's also good to calm stomach aches, like calm nausea. So I personally get motion sickness on airplanes quite frequently. So I will put a drop of peppermint on my hand, rub it on my stomach, and then breathe it in, especially during takeoff. That's usually the worst for me. And it immediately helps calm my tummy. Peppermint's also good for cooling. So whether you have your internal temperature is too hot, due to like a cold or something, or maybe you're just having hot flashes, or it's just a hot day. I love to make a little spray bottle and take that with me when I'm in the desert. It really helps cool you down. And one of my favorite diffuser recipes is peppermint and wild orange. Okay, so this one's great for energy and focus. It's great for when the kids are doing homework, or when you're at your desk, office, your office working, or I love putting this one in my car diffuser. And this is just a basic recipe. You can do peppermint and citrus bliss or grapefruit or any of the citrus, and it's a wonderful, wonderful scent, and it helps give you energy and focus. Okay, and then lemon is our next oil we're going to talk about, which also can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. It's wonderful to cleanse the air. This oil is just all cleansing, okay? So you can put it in your diffuser to cleanse the air. You can use it to purify surfaces. All citrus oils are actually very uplifting as well. So if you're feeling sad or down, or just, if you're not a morning person like me and you kind of wake up like, I always have my citrus oils right there ready to uplift me in the morning. And then it also helps with digestion and cleansing the gut, so makes it healthy gut. You can add it to your water daily, and you can even use it for flavoring in cooking. So lots and lots of great recipes on the doTERRA blog, and you can look those up. There's tons of recipes to use with the essential oils. So one of my favorite is the natural all-purpose cleaner. So in an 8-ounce spray bottle, which I buy glass ones off Amazon, I put 10 drops of lemon, and then I fill it halfway up with white vinegar and halfway with water, and that's what I clean with. I clean my countertops, my bathroom, my mirrors, everything with that one bottle. Some people like to add some tea tree oil or some On Guard, which we'll talk about in a minute. But this is your basic recipe, which there's also a lot of great recipes on the blog for cleaners as well. Okay. Lavender, also aromatic, topical, and internal use. Lavender is all things calming, right? Most people know lavender is calming. And it's great for calming emotions. So if you have like stress or a tantruming child, or maybe you just want to relax to go to sleep, lavender is going to be wonderful for that, as well as calming any type of skin irritations, whether it's a rash or bug bites or a burn. Amazing, amazing for burns. I've had so many testimonials over the years of people using it on a burn, and just the healing heals so fast, as well as on myself too. I love to add a few drops of lavender to my bath with a little bit of Epsom salt. So nice on sore muscles or just for relaxation. I also like to put a few drops in my laundry and on my dryer balls. Okay, so I like to put lemon or purify in my washer with the On Guard, with the doTERRA On Guard laundry soap. But I also have the little dryer balls, and I love to put lavender and just scent my clothes with that. Okay, another favorite recipe, relaxing pillow spray. So doTERRA does sell on their website roller balls, spray bottles, as well as littler spray bottles. So this is the one size they sell is 30 ml spray bottle. And I like to combine 10 drops of lavender with and fill the rest with distilled water. I like distilled water because it doesn't gunk up your sprayer, and it's fresher that way. You don't have any of that hard water. And then optional, you can also try adding frankincense or serenity, which is our sleep blend, the vetiver and cedarwood. They're super calming, and they all smell amazing. Okay, so those are some fun options. And I love to spray down my pillow right before I go to bed. I put my lavender in my diffuser, or my serenity and lavender, to help go to sleep every night. Oh, and then here's a veggie cap recipe. Okay, so this is called the allergy bomb, and we used this quite a bit yesterday. Up at my parents' house for the holidays, we had a few people that were allergic to cats, and they have cats in their house. So we did 2 drops of each, lemon, lavender, and peppermint. You can either do this in a veggie capsule, or you can put it in a little tiny bit of water, just a little water in the cup, and then put the drops in and drink that down very quickly. The lavender smells good, but doesn't taste that great in large quantity. It is nice in like a lavender latte or something, but in this case, you just want to get it down, and it immediately helps calm those, reactions, the sneezing, sniffling, all that kind of stuff. But whether it's a bee sting or seasonal, environmental, seasonal threats, all of that, this is going to be one of your go-to recipes. Okay, next oil is frankincense. This one can be used aromatically, topically, and internally as well. Amazing for rejuvenating skin. Okay, so whether it's a cut or a wound and you want to help lessen scarring, this one is going to be amazing. It's also really great for healthy immune function, one of the strongest immune support oils. As well as supports healthy cellular function. So it helps the growth and regeneration of healthy cells, and can actually help inhibit the growth of unhealthy cells, okay? And then it's also great for occasional pain and aches. I love to take a drop or 2 under my tongue every day for a systematic response, for that healthy inflammatory response in the body. Oh, and it's also good for wrinkles. So I add a drop to my doTERRA skincare every night, a drop of frankincense and yarrow palm. Okay, tea tree. This one can also be used aromatically, topically, and internally. And it's wonderful for cleansing and rejuvenating skin. So, really good for any type of cut, wound, bug bite, anything like that, any skin irritations, even dry skin, dry cracked skin. This one's amazing. It's, so that's one side of it on a topical use. Now, you can also use this to protect against environmental threats, okay? It's one of the strongest immune boosters, as well as for killing germs, that you may have picked up, or if you get like a cold or whatever, you can definitely use this one on in any of your immune roller balls. It's great to purify surfaces as well, okay? Great. And another thing about this one for skin is it's amazing for acne. I've had really good results with so many people. And yeah, again, you guys, I'm just giving you the tip of the iceberg today. This is just really, like I said, the tip of the iceberg. There's probably 200 uses for tea tree oil. And we'll probably talk more about it as we go throughout these videos, because it is just such a staple in the home. Okay, oh, this is my favorite skin rejuvenating rollerball recipe. Okay, so in a 10 milliliter rollerball, you can combine 10 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of lavender, and 10 tea tree, and fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil, which you can get from doTERRA as well. This is going to be great for any bug bites, cuts, razor burn, acne. I mean, the list goes on and on. Any type of skin irritation, this one is amazing. And then the next oil we're going to talk about is oregano, which also can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. This one is so powerful at protecting against environmental threats. Okay, so it's going to be one of your strongest to help boost the immune system, as well as fight off any germs that you may have encountered or that you already have. And you can also use it for flavoring and cooking. Now, just make sure you use a really tiny, 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 tiny amount. I don't know how many of my customers have come back to me and said, I thought it'd be a great idea to put a couple drops of oregano in my homemade spaghetti sauce, and then it was basically oregano sauce. So you just want to put a toothpick in the top and then, take that toothpick and swirl it around in your food, okay? All right, the next oil is On Guard, which can be taken aromatically, topically, and internally. It's wonderful for cleansing the air and purifying surfaces. It has, it's a blend of cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, and wild orange. And all those are great for boosting the immune system, killing germs. So we have an entire On Guard line, which we're actually going to be talking about in our next video. But as far as, for daily, this one is amazing for daily healthy immune function. And you want to be using this one daily. And I'm going to give you a recipe for that in just a second. It's also great for oral health. Okay, that's why it's in our On Guard toothpaste and mouthwash. But this is our daily immunity recipe. So in a 10 milliliter bottle, you can combine frankincense, On Guard, and tea tree, and use that daily to help boost the immune system and ward off germs that you may encounter during the day. And then our immunity balm. So this is what you would take internally in the little veggie capsule. 2 drops of On Guard, oregano, lemon, and peppermint. And what you should know about oregano is that it is a hot oil. Okay, so that means whenever you use it topically, you should always use it diluted. Now, you can do this in a little shot of water like I was telling you about with the allergy balm, but you want to make sure you put chapstick on first if you do that, because the oregano on your lips, your lips are very sensitive. It will burn a little bit. So you want to make sure you're taking it in the veggie capsule or diluting it when you use it topically. But this is what I've used. I have, over the last 6 years been able to avoid taking any prescriptions for any cold, or I've used this for dog bites. I've used it for, really bad throat issues. I've used it for bladder infection, all kinds of different things. So this one is definitely going to be something you want to memorize, write down. Do not forget it at all. Okay, and then Breathe is our next one. And this one can only be used aromatically and topically, not internally. And I love diffusing this one to open airways. It's good for any respiratory issue. You can breathe it in and you'll immediately feel a difference. I know one thing that a lot of my customers like to do is put some in their hand, make an O with their hand, cover the other end, and breathe it all the way down into their lungs. It helps relax the lungs if you're, really tight-chested or coughing a lot. It definitely helps soothe all of that. A great diffuser blend is actually 5 drops of Breathe and 5 drops of lavender at night while you're sleeping, especially if you have people that maybe snore in the house. That can help some people out. And it's just very relaxing to have going at bedtime. Okay, Digestin. This one can be used aromatically, topically, and internally. So by the name, you can probably figure out what this one's going to do too. That's what I love about doTERRA. All of our blend names are pretty self-explanatory, and they do all the science and blending for you. So this one is a blend of your peppermint and fennel, anise, ginger, all of the best digestive oils. So it's going to help soothe any kind of upset stomach, whether it's coming out the front end, the back end, or it's not coming out at all. This one is going to help regulate and soothe any of those upsets, as well as occasional heartburn or the motion sickness. Deep Blue, our last oil we're going to talk about, is only for topical use, and it's wonderful for sore muscles or occasional aches and pains, whether it's your knees, your back, neck, shoulder, wrist, I mean, anything, any kind of pain, this is going to be your go-to. It also does come in the rub form, which is the Deep Blue Rub is like a lotion form. So I love having both on hand because I like to make my favorite pain blend out of the straight oil, but then I also like to have the Deep Blue Rub for a more intense, quick effect. And this pain rollerball blend, to me, and everybody's bodies are different in how they react to the oil, so if one thing doesn't work, you got to find something else. But this pain blend gives me a lesser relief, like not as in the Deep Blue Rub has a more quick relief, but this has a lesser relief over a long period of time. And sometimes I use them together to get the most benefit. So I love putting frankincense, deep blue, lavender together. And some of my other favorites to put in that rollerball blend are the copaiba, the lemongrass, and the aroma touch. Okay. And then the reference guide. Okay, so this is going to be one of your go-tos. You know, when you start using essential oils, it's great to have a guide because, you know, everybody can become the essential oil expert in your own home, right? Like I haven't experienced every health issue and concern that, I've only experienced what I've experienced. And so, I love to be able to help my customers because I can just turn them onto this book called The Essential Life or the phone app. And people can look up issues. It gives you exact recipes to use. And don't forget, we also have our VIP Facebook group, so you can ask any questions 24 hours a day. And there's a lot of oil experts in the group, and then get, actual feedback from people who have maybe dealt with that exact same thing. Just want you to know, no question is a dumb question. When you're starting out with essential oils, it's hard to tell. It's like, where do I put it? Do I put it on my feet this time? Do I put it on my neck? Am I supposed to diffuse it? And so that's why I wanted to give you guys practical recipes that you can implement right away. But this reference guide is going to be your go-to for sure. And we're going to actually talk more next video about the Loyalty Rewards program. But I wanted to just introduce it right now so you can be ready and excited to hear more about the program. Basically, through doTERRA, we have a Loyalty Rewards program, which is like a frequent flyer miles program. And during the program, you can get up to 30% back in points. So if I make 100 PV, and PV stands for product value, 100 PV order, I'll get 30% back in points, which means 30 points that I can cash in for $30 of free product. So that's a really, really awesome savings beyond just your wholesale membership. So most people who are watching this video, you've already gotten your wholesale membership. You got it free with your kit, or you may have purchased the membership. But once you have the membership, you can opt into the Loyalty Rewards program and get all those points back. Okay, so it is the smartest way to buy, and I'll give you all the details next video. So that's it for today. Our next video is going to be the daily habits for health, which, they always say prevention is the best medicine, or an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? So this is what it's going to be all about, just really those tips for wellness so you can stay well and live healthier, happier, more vibrant life longer. And thanks again so much for being here with me today. And I look forward to seeing you on our next video. Thanks. Bye.